Hello, my wonderful people. Happy Friday to you all. TGIF. Thank God it's a Friday. I beg you, make on hear waiting they happen. This one is coming all the way from Nnewi. The Ojukwu brother, and I still remember Ojukwu, Ojukwu, who first led the Biafrans into war with the Fulani government of Nigeria. His brother don't come out to come put mouth for this matter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continuous incarceration and detention at the DSS dungeon or DSS underground prison, because that is what they use another language to qualify it as a solitary confinement. Solitary confinement, in the full explanation and what it means, is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been held in underground cell for over 2 years now and still counting. So the brothers of Ojukwu don't come out to carry him out to come they chook for the matter, come they tell this government waiting they supposed to do and waiting they not supposed to do in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration. So my wonderful people, I beg, make on do what? Make on bring on ear close. Come hear this important news. Where come from the brothers of the so-called Ojukwu, who first lead us into the confrontation with the Nigerian government or Fulani government. IPOB sit at home, releasing Nnamdi Kanu to end Southeast violence. Ojukwu's brother tells Tinubu, I cannot read it the way it is. They say begs. He don't need to beg anybody, no. It is within his fundamental human right as a Nigerian citizen and also an agitator for self-determination. It is written in the Constitution of Nigeria and also at the United Nations, including Commonwealth. You understand me? It is never against the law for somebody to agitate for a self-determination of his own people when he feel that he has been marginalized. So that is how it is. In fact, before we proceed, do not forget to like, share this video and also comment. And also, do not forget to subscribe. It is very, very important. Let us go there. The reason why we are here. Mr. Mazi Lotanna Ojukwu, younger brother to the late Biafran warlord Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, has suggested ways President Bola Tinubu can end the sit at home and the security challenge all in the southeast. He urged Tinubu to discuss with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in an attempt to end the insecurity challenge in the region. But the question we're supposed to be asking ourselves here is that, is the federal government not happy about the situation of the southeast? They are 100% happy. Because if they are not happy, tell me the president of the so-called president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have not commented, not even once or twice, on what the Igbos or the Biafrans are passing through in the hands of the Lagosians, both the people who sold the land to them and the government of the day. So you tell me they are not happy? They are even celebrating it. They pop champagne every night concerning this insecurity in the southeast. But one thing is for sure, all this things started one day and one day it will end. Mark my word. Be guided. That is my watchword. Lotanna said discussing with Kanu would subdue the pressure of the sit at home and insecurity. Speaking on Arise television morning show on Friday, Lotanna also urged the federal government to reach out to the finance government over the activities of Mazi or Mr. Simon Ekpa. The finance or based Ekpa has been linked to the agreed violence caused by the sit at home in the southeast. However, Lotanna said, appeal to Tinubu to step into this matter. One-fifth of the country is being held hostage, and the people can go to work and their businesses. This has affected our economy and the morality of the people who know what is happening in the southeast. There is a terrible shame. The security situation is a non-hanging fruit to Tinubu, who has proven he is ready to tackle insecurity issues. This is something he must attend to urgently. The people carrying out these atrocities say they want Nnamdi Kanu released, and the court has said he should be released. I would like Tinubu to talk to Kanu. He should also use diplomatic channels to talk to the Britain and Finland as well. The federal government should put diplomatic arrangements with these two countries to see what can be done to stop Ekpa's outrageous comment because he said releasing Kanu will end the violence we are facing in the southeast as of today. The last but not the least, and still counting, Tinubu doesn't carry same baggage as Buhari about Igbos. This one is coming also from Lotana Ojukwu, that is the younger brother to Chief or to Odumegwu Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, the Biafran warlord. Lotana Ojukwu, brother or younger brother to the late Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the former Biafran head of state, says he believes President Bola Tinubu is a different person from former President Muhammadu Buhari. The younger Ojukwu said Tinubu doesn't carry the same baggage as Buhari appeared to carry regarding the Igbo people. Lieutenant Ojukwu stated this on Friday while fielding questions on Arise Television's morning show program. It was responding to questions on security issues benefiting the southeast region of the country. If the governors are sincere, they are enough to be able to talk to the president. They will achieve the result that we are seeking on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. The most important fact is that the court has said Nnamdi Kanu should be released. We know that Buhari did not have much favor towards the Igbos. He called us a dot in the spot. So really, I never believed Buhari was going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and avoid it out anytime people ask for my opinion. But I believe Tinubu is a different person. He doesn't carry the same baggage as Buhari appears to carry regarding the Igbo people or the Biafran people. And I would like to see the Yoruba and the Igbos have a better standing love for each other's ethnic group. That one knockout. That one knockout. The worst people you can ever fall in love with are the Yoruba people. Now me say it. Attach me in the comment section and I will tell you what I meant. Ogun Benga Daniel asked Abiodun to stop his monthly pension allowances as a senator or as a past governor. Because now the money is this small. That is why made them stop him. Where do they pay you every month? Former Ogun State Governor Benga Daniel has asked the incumbent governor Dapo Abiodun to stop the monthly pension being paid to him by the state government. Daniel, in a letter titled Request to Suspend My Monthly Pension and Allowances, Daniel asked that the 676,376.95 pension and allowances he is entitled to as a former governor be suspended because he are eating from the Senate. According to him, the suspension of the pension was in compliance with his conscience, moral principle, and the ethical code against double emolument that a serving senator who hitherto was a former governor should not be entitled to the payment of pension and allowances from such a state. Daniel, who is the new senator representing Ogun East, was inaugurated alongside other senators on June 13 at the National Assembly. The senator noted that he had not benefited from any welfare packages, be it medical, furniture, transportation, and others, since he left office in 2011. The letter addressed to Governor Abiodun read, "I write to request for the suspension of my monthly pension and allowances of such amount, 676,000 naira, 376 naira, 95 kobo, being paid as a former executive governor of the state. This request is in compliance with my conscience, moral principle, and ethical code against double emoluments that a serving senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who hitherto was a former state governor, shall not be entitled to the payment of pension and allowances from such state." It would be recalled that on Tuesday, 13 June 2023, I was with the other elected senators and members of the House of Representatives inaugurated as the members of the 10th National Assembly. It is pertinent to also have it on record that since I left the office in 2011, I have not benefited from any welfare packages, be it medical, furniture, transportation, etc. Thanks in anticipation, according to Benga Daniel. My people, wonder shall never end though. Make una hear this one. A Cameroonian lady, he once set a Guinness World Record for the longest knackathon. Nothing we person no go see for this life. Oh. All these our black self, whether they are lady or be men, On I see the marvel me with on our own request. This one now say our only problem. That is Zara say make they just come for them 200 hours of Nakenton. We go last for years. So if you dey my listening, you dey watch me, you dey listen, you dey comment. I beg, make you begin to write your name because she says she need noble men. Noble men we get straight, we go fit do the do. After the reggae do the do. Abi she be on a one break record, World Guinness record. On a go hear am. Very soon you will see somebody will come out now and tell you that he want to break the record of the highest impregnator. Say we're gonna provide 1 million women. Say he go impregnate all of them in one night. While I know they finish. A Cameroonian lady identified as Dani Zara has declared her interest in embarking on a 200-hour Naken marathon. I don't want to use the magic word. Zara, in a controversial post on her Facebook, noted that the Guinness World Record is aware of my proposed attempt to have continuous Naken intercourse for the next 200 hours. Sharing the flyer, she said the participation of capable men who are willing to join her in the end of commencing on 17 July to 25 July. Chineke, this one na 8 days or 1 month, 1 week and 1 day. 20 good hours. Zara said, ladies and gentlemen, after the confirmation from the Guinness Books of Records, I have decided to break a record of the longest Naken hour. It is called Nakenton. Planet Cameroon, it is time for you to support your own so we can bring this book to our country. Make Nigeria no help us tiaram. Thanks to my defense team, Bella Powers of Bella Powers Voice. All we need now, guys, so that we volunteer themselves for this project to be carried out. Your girl is loyal, according to Zara Dani. Nigeria desperately needs to expand opportunities for quality education. Obi Ezekwesili laments. Former Minister of Education Obiageli Ezekwesili has maintained that the key to solving the nation's economic problems lies in achieving higher productivity and competitiveness for Nigerians. Ezekwesili hinted that the economy or the country desperately needs to expand opportunities for quality education. She said this would start urgently fixing the deep crisis of poor foundational literacy and numeracy, learning outcomes for children in early grades before the age of 10. In a statement via her verified Twitter handle on Friday, the former minister noted that the role of the government and the good governance in achieving intentional response to poor literacy and numeracy scale is unarguably the biggest hurdle to confront. She wrote, our foremost economic problems of tackling poverty and the inequality have everything to do with achieving higher productivity and the competitiveness of our own people, according to Obi Ezekwesili. We desperately need to expand the same opportunities to quality education that the SBS students have to their peers in Nigeria and the rest of Africa. What many see don't realize is that it is for our continent. This will start with urgently fixing the deep crisis of poor foundational literacy and numeracy learning outcomes for children in the early grades before their age of 10. The data is dismissal, according to Obi Ezekwesili. According to the latest state of global education update, nearly 9 in 10 children in sub-Saharan Africa are unable to read and understand a simple text by the age of 10. Globally, 70% can't perform this task, up from 57% before the COVID-19 pandemic. The role of government and good governance is achieving intentional response to poor literacy and numeracy scale is unarguably the biggest hurdle to confront. Citizens have yet another reason to stay engaged until Nigeria and other countries of Africa achieve democracy that delivers effective governance and good governance, according to Obi Ezekwesili. I am not timid. We be first to attack Tinubu if he fails. Are you sure? Ayofayo say, are you sure? You are still standing trial of 6.9 billion naira misappropriation of public funds. Are you sure? Maybe they don't grant you what they call it sick leave to go and check yourself. Orobodo Ibo, a two-time governor who could not even build a single hospital that can take care of your health. And you are complaining about another person. Criminal complaining about criminal. It cannot work now. That is a pot calling kettle black. Former governor or former two-time governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, has assured Nigerians that despite his support for the incumbent administration, he will be the first to tackle President Bola Tinubu if he fails to deliver on his campaign promises. Fayose, who spoke after his meeting with Tinubu at the presidential villa in Abuja on Thursday, however, said he has always spoken well about the president. You will go to meet him because you have been probed, so that the file that hold your case will be torn into pieces. Ndara. And the country keep on wallowing in poverty. The former governor expressed optimism that the current administration will give Nigerians the desired governors. According to him, president means well for the country, citing Tinubu's action so far since the government was inaugurated on May 29. He said, "May I say to you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, let me tell you, if Asuwaju turns back on his promise, or he said when he was campaigning, I will be the first to talk. I am not timid and I don't shy away from facing challenges." Are you going to advise somebody on doing things right, whereby you are still facing the corruption charges? How are you going to do it? Are you going, if this administration is corrupted, can you be able to stand on your feet and say you people are corrupted? Why you are the chairman of corruption? Well, I know they finish. But the man I have seen today, I don't eulogize and I don't praise to curry favor. I am no more a small boy. Let me tell you, the man I saw today and for the actions we have seen means well for Nigeria. You can say that again. Why they are doing Nigerians pope. Disregard calls for the negotiations with terrorists. Union pleads with the Tinubu. The Biafrans Emirate Progressive Union has appealed to the President Bola Tinubu to disregard the calls made by Senator Ahmed Sane Yerima, a former governor of Zamfara State, and others for negotiations with terrorists because they are the terrorists themselves. In a statement issued by the Biafrans Progressive Union's chairman Ishaq Usman Kasai, he noted that the calls showed lack of understanding of the nature of bandits and their goals, which had led to the widespread destruction, loss of lives, and destabilization of the country and the country's economy at large. According to BIPU, in order to effectively end the business of banditry in Nigeria, all bandit camps in various forests in parts of the country must be completely dislodged and shut down. The chairman explained that anything contrary to that would only provide a temporary solution, stating that engaging in negotiations with bandits is unlikely to yield positive outcomes. Nigerians claim they have Tucano jet. The same Tucano jet they used to bomb Ekotutu, simply because they say there is a bomb factory in Ekotutu and they have to bomb the place, including innocent people collect woto. Now, in the forest, somebody that had been kidnapped came out to give a testimony of what is happening inside forest. He said before he was or she was released from where he was being held captives, going out from that forest, they passed more than 20 camps of different bandits where they are. And the Tucano jet can sight these people from afar up. They never bomb them. But they have that same Tucano jet to go and throw bombs in a Ekotutu where innocent people are doing their business simply because somebody hired them to do so. Nigeria can never be good with this kind of mentality. Save the bandits and bomb the innocent. That is what Nigeria keep doing. And it is never good for the image of this very country called Nigeria. He saw negotiations as a sign of weakness by the government, saying that it further emboldened bandits to continue their violent activities across the country because they will be hoping the government will come to beg them and also give them bags of money. The union said lack of centralized leadership among the bandits in the country makes it difficult to ensure compliance with any negotiated terms carried out in good faith. Of course, you want to negotiate with how many bandits can you negotiate with? They have different camps, they have different offices, they have different leaders, and they have different motives. So how are you going to, that means you have to negotiate with over 2,000 of their heads. You know how much it will cost you to do that? For you to tell them to lay down their arms. Nigerians were able to achieve it within the Niger Delta simply because they are being headed with only one head. And they are moving only in one direction. Give them what belongs to them. But this one, some people are into the business for killings. Some people are into the business for ethnic cleansing or religious cleansing. And some are into it for kidnapping, for ransom. Then how are you going to survey this situation? I'm asking you, the Nigerian, the so-called Yerima, who is suggesting Nigerians should negotiate with bandits. But during your time as a governor of Zamfara State, you beheaded and amputated some people simply because you call them criminals. Do you have time to negotiate with them or to ask them what led to those acts? Ndara. Sit at home. This one is coming from Enugu State. We have arrested many hoodlums, anarchists, and scaremongers. Enugu government laments. Enugu State government on Thursday announced that many hoodlums, anarchists, and criminal elements who hide under freedom agitation to perpetrate destructions, violent crimes, as well as scaremongers have been tracked down and apprehended. This was contained in a statement made available to Daily Post, signed by the Professor Chidebere Onya, Secretary to the state government. The governor told residents to continue with their lawful business tomorrow, Friday, maintaining that the ban on sit-at-home remains. The statement reads, the Enugu State government wishes to remind citizens and residents of the state that work, business, schooling, and other legitimate endeavors will commence tomorrow, being Friday. That is today, July 7, 2023. The government direct offices, schools, business premises, markets, including Ogbete main market, among others, to open for businesses. Failure to comply with this directive will be deemed as willful undermining of government policy and efforts to restore full working days, productivity, and entrepreneurship in the state, and will as a such be met with appropriate sanctions. Government urges members of the public to disregard any scaremongers and go about their businesses, as security measures are fully in place to continue to enforce law and order and safeguard lives and properties. It is worthy that many enemies of Enugu State and Igbo land, the hoodlums, anarchists, and criminal elements who hide under freedom agitations to perpetrate destruction, violent crimes, as well as those who engage in scaremongering through fake videos and images, have been tracked down, apprehended, and have been brought to book. We are winning the war, and therefore call on Ndibo or Enugu to volunteer information to the authorities on any suspicious person and movement, as well as those who use the social media to spread rumors and instigate panic among members of the general public, according to the Enugu State Governor. On Ndibo calls for calm as Abia Judicial Probe Panel sparks controversy. Secretary General for Ndibo Worldwide, Mazi Ojukwu Siguzoro, on Thursday appealed for calm among warring parties in Abia State, regardless the recent inauguration of Judicial Probe Panel by Governor Alex Chioma Oti. Daily Post recalled that Oti inaugurated a 5-man judicial panel of inquiry in June with a mandate to recover properties and public funds allegedly looted by former heirs and political appointees who served under ex-governor Okezie Ikpeazu's administration.